Following Governor Phillip's spearing and recovery, Bennelong reopened friendly dialogue with the British, but this time it was on his own terms. In October 1790, he voluntarily returned to the settlement at Sydney Cove in the role of diplomat, thereby extending his influence both amongst the British and the Eora. Under this arrangement, Bennelong set out complaints against the settlers on behalf of his people and made demands of the British that would usually be met. One such demand was the construction of a brick house at Bennelong Point, or Tubber Gully, to accommodate Bennelong, his family and countrymen during their regular visits to the settlement. Bennelong also exchanged Eora implements for European hatchets and other goods, as tradition demanded.
Bennelong and Colby, with their wives, dined at the governor's and came in as usual to have a glass of wine and a dish of coffee, after which they left the house to go and sleep at Bennelong's hut on the point.
Bennelong's frequent visits to Sydney Cove, his elevated standing amongst the British, and the very presence of his hut encouraged many Eora to enter the settlement, which saw a brief period of mutual curiosity, exchange and friendship between the two cultures.
From this time, our intercourse with the natives, though partially interrupted, was never broken off. We gradually continued, henceforth, to gain knowledge of their customs and policy.
At the same time, Bennelong's close association with the British may have repelled the troublesome Gamaragal and Botany Bay mobs, who he claimed were his enemies. But were they? One of Bennelong's visitors was Pemulwuy, who would later figure as the most recognised warrior in the guerrilla war that would erupt in the following years. In December 1790, the governor's much-feared game shooter John McIntyre was assassinated by Pemulwuy near the mouth of the Cooks River. Both Bennelong and Colby had made themselves noticed in the British settlements immediately before McIntyre's spearing, and both had subsequently promised to help find the killer. Both men, however, found themselves occupied by more pressing matters that prevented them from providing assistance. Bennelong particularly abhorred McIntyre, and there is every reason to believe that Bennelong and Colby colluded in McIntyre's murder.
Bennelong, Colby and 2 or 3 others now lived at Sydney 3 or 4 days in the week, and they all repeatedly desired those natives might be killed who threw spears. At the same time, Governor Phillip began to suspect, though very unwillingly, that there was a great deal of art and cunning in Bennelong.